to Taxonomy Online Mathematics. Today we are taking the second question of just ended WASSCE question paper. We are done with the first one. Second one is on change of subject, a bit combination of indices. But let's see, we are to make R the subject of this particular relation. So let's see how we can provide an answer to this. We have P R M P square R all to the power of minus 3 over 2. You know, under indices, anytime you have a bracket raised to the power negative, what do? We try to reciprocate the number in the bracket. But you can see that this is not a fraction, it's not a singular fraction. So first of all, we make it singular by finding the LCM. So in this case, our y is going to be on an LCM of m. If m goes into that place, we have 1. Therefore, our numerator becomes PR minus 1 into m will give us m. Then that will multiply our numerator mp squared r all to our power minus 3 over 2. So now that principle of indices can come into play by making this become positive, reciprocating our fraction, meaning y equals to m all over PR mp squared r all now positive 2 on 3. Good. So now maybe how are we going to expand this now? We now have our fraction, we have our positive, but you can see that this is a fraction. How do we clear the fraction? Now we have been having equations whereby if this were to be just a normal fraction, which is 1 over 3, in order for me to clear a fraction of 1 over 2, I use 2 to multiply. If I have any expression that have, imagine this is 1 over 2, and I want to clear this fraction, I square both sides. Why am I squaring? I am using the reciprocal of 1 over 2. You know, 1 over 2, if I reciprocate, it becomes what? 2 up, 1 down. We can use the same approach here. I want to clear this one by all means. So the only way I can clear this is what? Using the reciprocal of this fraction. Meaning, our equation is now going to be y to the power, the reciprocal of this, which will be 2 now on 3 equals to m all over our PR. Our fraction is 3 on 2. The reciprocal will be 2 on what? 3. So in this case, 2 will cancel 2, 3 will cancel. So our fraction is going to be without any exponent. So y3 on 2, 2 on 3 equals to m PR minus mp squared r. Beautiful. I am looking for r. The r is now my denominator. And I can see that there are 2 places. So I can either factorize this or first of all have to cross multiply. If I'm going to cross multiply, I'll be having my r in 2 places multiplied by this. So I will have to factorize this to make it easier for me. Meaning y 2 on 3 equals to m. If I take r out, I'll be left with p minus mp squared. I know you can see p is also 2, so we are thinking of factorizing, no problem. But I am only interested in r, so I will maintain my r as what? The factor I am using to multiply. So now if I cross multiply, then I can now have my y exponent 2 on 3 multiplying r into bracket p minus mp squared all equals to what? M. So now you can see it is becoming clearer, simple and simpler. I need the r. So this is multiplying the r, including this. So this term and this term now become my coefficient of what? R. The r can be here. So all this become coefficient. So I divide over the coefficient. So now I'll be having my R, if I want to skip one step, then it's going to be M all over y exponent 2 on 3 into bracket P minus MP squared. What are we asked to do? We are asked to make R the subject, right? And I can see my R being at the left hand side. So this becomes the first part of the equation. It's a make R the subject. I am done. Good. The second one is saying that find the value of that R if y is assuming -1, -8, m is taking 1, and p is taking what? 3. So let's see how we can do that substitution. Yeah. So we want to do the substitution of the values of m, y, and what? P, so that we can get the value of what? R. So in this case, these are the values of the y, m, and p. So our R is going to be from here. If I substitute, I will get 1 out of, this is going to be -8 to the power 2 on 3, then into bracket p, which is 3 minus 1 as m, then to bracket 3 squared. So when you have this, we are going to have 1 over, if you find that, we can also factorize 1 out of this, but we can also find that value on our calculator. So we are having, this is just like the cube root of -8 all squared, and that on our calculator will give us 4. So in this place, I'll be having 4 into bracket 3 minus 9, which will give us 1 over 4 times -6. So the value is 1 over -24, which I know someone will also say, I'll write it -1 over 24. Better still, R can also be minus, as in this, 1 over what? 24. So that will be the value of R if this information are substituted. Thank you.